Let's say you wanted to order this rubber duck, but when you did that, you realized the delivery date would be very far away. The problem with that is that you need this rubber duck for your robotics project. So what do? You plug in these 3 images from Amazon and put them into the structured 3D latents for scalable, versatile 3D generation software. This basically converts those 3 images into a 3D model of the duck with the textures included. When you did that, you put it in the Blender and it looks great. However, if you look on the back, there's a shadow. That's because in the Amazon model, it doesn't have any idea what's behind the head. You see in these 3 images, it doesn't see the head. So what do? I found this to be a very common problem, especially with this model, and I feel like everyone around the world is having this issue, so I'm just going to help you figure out how to fix the shadow on the back of your duck's head. The first thing you want to do is click on your model and then press tab. When you do this, the whole model will be selected. Press A until everything is deselected. Then zoom around to the side of the model and select the face select mode. Press C on your keyboard to enter brush select mode, and then drag on your mouse until you select all the parts that are shadow on the head. Press escape to exit brush select mode, then expand your window by dragging. Change this window to UV editor, zoom out, and now you can see where the shadows of the head are. Change this window to image editor. Select the image, zoom out, then change view to paint. By looking at the place on the left side, you can see exactly where the textures line up. We're going to be looking at these 3 zones, 1, 2, 3. What you want to do is select the brush tool down in the bottom left, the airbrush tool, then press N on your keyboard to open up the sidebar. This will allow you to select a color. Select the black, select the eyedropper, and click a color in here. Then take your brush, hold and click, and drag until you get rid of all of the spots that are shadows. Do this for all the zones. Once you do that, change it back to 3D viewport. Now you should see that the head looks a little better. But there's a little bit of spot that's still a shadow. We need to fix this. Go ahead into edit mode, select the area, and find where they are in the UV editor. Now when you switch back to 3D viewport, it looks a lot better, but there are still some zones that we need to fix, like here, 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 and definitely here. To fix this, head into texture paint mode. Then use the same brush all the way over here. Try to smooth the edges as much as possible. When you get close to what you want, there's still some cleaning up we can do. Select the blur tool here, then blur the line between where the 2 colors meet. You can even use the eyedropper to get a little closer color match for the front parts. Feel free to use this strength modifier to get an even better blend. Now your texture is a lot better.